This is what my vertical live streams look like here on YouTube. It's something that I've been developing over the last couple of months, and it's now at a place that I really like how it looks. So my goal for this video is to bring you guys behind the scenes and show you how I managed to do it on OBS, what plugins you might need, and anything else related to it. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So getting started live streaming on OBS is actually very easy. You don't need any plugins in order to do it. All you do is come to your settings, hit video, and then you're going to notice that we have 2560 by 1440. That is a horizontal aspect ratio. So if we flip those two numbers to 1440 by 2560, we'll then get a vertical aspect ratio, which is obviously what we're looking for. I'll show you guys the example here on my vertical setup here through atom.tv. So hit the cog, and then you'll see general, we have 1440 by 2560, and then obviously the video here that my mouse is over top of, that is our vertical, that is the resolution that we were just checking out. So my goal for this video is to demonstrate to you guys how I managed to get all of these different aspects as part of my stream and just make it look the way that it does. So we're gonna start off by checking out the schedule. The schedule is the top piece here. If I unlock it, you'll notice that it's just in the top right here. I'll make it a little bit bigger just to show it off a little bit better. But basically what this is, if I go to add a new source, you're gonna see image slideshow. That is the type of source that it is. So on Pixlr, I created 3 different images. Each image is one of the days that I stream and some information about it. And then if I click into schedule, you'll notice that I have the 3 different images in there, and then we get to pick the transition and the amount of time that it takes to transition from one to the next. So we live stream here on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. If you haven't had the opportunity to check that out, be sure to do so. We are live streaming tonight actually, so if that interests you, be sure to make it in for one. So that is our first source that I wanted to show off. I'm just going to shrink that back down and get it back to its normal spot. But that is a image slideshow. That is how that one would work. And yeah, we'll move on to the next. So a really important piece to note is that you will see on my vertical sources, there are a lot of folders. Okay, within OBS, these are known as groups, and you can see just how many of those I have made. Okay, the first one that I want to highlight to you guys is my wide cam. Okay, if I double click here, you'll see that I only have the one source within it, and it is my webcam. Okay, you're gonna notice that my webcam has the rounded edges. Okay, I really like the look of that, but the reason that we use groups is because this is done through an image mask. If I double click on my wide cam and I go to filters, okay, you're gonna notice that I have an image mask, which I've done through a picture that I've added. Okay, I made those on Pixlr. If you're curious on how to do that, let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to make a guide showing that off. But so I have a mask on the group. The reason that it is on the group and the whole reason that I use groups is because if I put that image mask on my Epic Cam source, you're gonna notice that this is the full square. Okay, but if I put that mask on this source, every single time I use this source, it would have those rounded corners. So for me personally, I like to have a full camera scene where I can just do chatting, whatever it might be. But if I didn't have it as part of a group, I just had the source with the image mask on it, I would always have rounded corners, which would mean I'd have black corners, which obviously is not what I want. So the same thing is going to apply with all of these different groups that I have here, showing off different overlays from my game. So really quickly, I'm going to highlight my squads remaining. I'll double click it, and you're going to notice that the only thing in there is my Elgato 4KX. Okay, if I click on this, you're going to notice once again, it's that full image. Nothing changes there. But on the squads remaining, if I go to filters, you'll see that I once again have an image mask. In the top right corner, it might be hidden by my camera. You're just going to see the little snippet of information that I'm trying to show, and I can enlarge that here. Okay, so having that image mask allows me to have my normal gameplay in front of you, right? If you look beneath me, you can see Apex, I can move around, it's all there. But with that image mask, I'm able to highlight just specific information and slot it around my stream to make it fit nice and easy for all of the viewers to see. So like I said, all of these different groups here are going to function the same way. The health bars, the weapon masks, the damage, kills, assists, all of that is going to work exactly the same. So the next folder that I want to show you guys is my extra stuff folder. This one does not have any image masks, anything like that on it. This one is simply for organization. You're going to notice that there's lots of stuff in here. So if I didn't have this group, I would have kind of like an endless list of vertical sources. This is just used to help keep me organized. So the first piece within our extra stuff is going to be our animated logo. You're going to see that just beside me here over top of our controller overlay. It's just a little personalization piece. I think that it looks really, really good on stream. It just shows off a little bit of the branding for the channel as well, which is something that I appreciate, and I'm very happy that I've made that addition. Underneath it, you're going to see NDI source. Okay, this is my controller overlay. I have a 2PC setup. Getting a controller overlay on a 2PC setup is not the easiest of things to do. But if you guys are curious on how to do that, I actually just finished a video on it. It was tricky to figure out, but once we got it, it now works really, really well. So if that's something you're hoping to do, I will link that in the description. Beneath those two, we have our socials, which all this is an image that I created on Pixlr. It's a whited out image with our YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and our username for the three of them. Just once again, another little piece of branding to help demonstrate to all of my viewers who I am and where they can find me. And then beneath that, we have Botrix. Okay, so Botrix is really, really fantastic. It's an online browser source. So I'm just gonna move this one out of extra stuff so that you guys can see it. All right, here we go. So if I click on that box, it should highlight and you'll be able to see that it is just in the top left corner there. Okay, so while I'm live streaming, all of the chats that happen within the stream actually show up on my image, which is really cool just as an interactive piece for those that are part of the stream. They get to see their own conversations happening on the image that they're watching, which I think is a really, really cool piece. So just beneath that, you're going to see Botrix subscribers, YouTube. So you can see that there on the stream, just underneath my socials. You'll see that we are at 729 subscribers out of 750, which is a really, really cool marker. If you guys are enjoying the video, be sure to show some support. We are working so hard to reach that YouTube partnership status. It's been a really, really awesome month here on YouTube in terms of our progress. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying the video, be sure to maybe drop a like and think about subscribing. But so we have that source there just as a counter as part of the stream. I know that some of the viewers are really, really excited about the progress that we're making. So it's just a way for them to follow along with that. And then we also have some alerts on the stream. So we have Botrix alerts. So once again, this is a browser source from Botrix. So when somebody subscribes, you'll get a little overlay on screen. And then we also have Vert alerts. This one is through Stream Elements. And just beneath that subscriber marker, you're going to notice that rotating widget showing off who our most recent subscriber was. Once again, that's through Stream Elements. And I think it's just a really important piece to have as part of a stream, just to kind of say thank you to those that choose to support the channel. Almost at the end here, I'm going to show off the Boozler really quickly. So the Boozler is an interesting one. The Boozler is the mascot of our stream. And this one is in a group for a different reason than the previous ones. Okay, the Boozler is made up of two different sources. Okay, we have the Boozler monkey and we have the Mirage goggles. Okay, I could, in every single scene where I want the Boozler to occur, I could grab the goggles, I could grab the monkey, and then align them, put them together, and it'd all be good. Okay, but instead of putting in that extra work, all that I had to do was create a group, size them up, put them together, and then once I put them into the group, the Boozler, now they are one entity that I can move around, resize together, instead of having to do all that extra work every single time that I want to have our mascot appear on a stream, in a scene, whatever it would be. And so now we have our last two sources, our last two groups, which to me, I think this is going to be the most important part of the entire video. So we have Vert games and we have Blur games. Within both of these folders, okay, all that we have is Elgato 4KX. So like I said, when we change a filter, okay, it affects everything if it is on the source, but if it's on a group, it doesn't. Okay, and that's really, really important because you're going to notice when you look beneath, right, we have OBS. The center view, right, the center picture is very clear. It is totally good. But if you look beneath that, or just to my side here, either side, you're going to have the blurred out image, okay? And the way that we do that, on our Vert games, our typical one, there are no filters, okay? It is just our game showing how we want it to show. But when we go to our Blur games, I'm going to hit filters one more time, and you're going to notice it. We have composite blur. Okay, Composite Blur is a plugin that you can download for OBS. I'll once again put that in the description. But what it allows us to do is to create that separation of the main image that I want to show off and create some separation from the background, which is, to me, the single most important thing for the visual of my stream. Being able to zoom out just slightly on the image that you're trying to show as part of a vertical stream, I think is really, really important because sometimes when you watch them, I know that you've seen videos like this, it's incredibly zoomed in and you're kind of getting not great visual quality, but it's like your FOV is 10, right? Your field of view, you can't see anything of what's actually going on within the clip. So being able to zoom that out and have the blurred background makes it so that it doesn't feel like there's blank space on the screen, but the actual image that you're seeing is far more of the screen than if you're watching one that's just zoomed right in. So this is a part that's really, really important in my opinion. It's one that I absolutely love the way that it looks. If I just run around here, right, you can notice it's the same stuff being shown underneath, but it's blurred out ever so slightly, just creating that separation from what you're supposed to be watching and what's filling in the background. So that is how I have created a stream that I think looks fantastic. You guys for sure let me know your opinions. Maybe you think that it looks great. Maybe you think that it doesn't. If you don't, let me know your opinions. I'm curious to see where I could look to improve. But that's how I did it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this guide. If you have, once again, be sure to drop a like. Maybe think about subscribing. And if you have any questions, be sure to let me know of them. I'm always happy to help. That's kind of the main goal of this whole channel. So yeah, if there are any questions, let me know. But aside from that, that's all that I got for you. Have a great rest of your day, you guys. Peace.